What is wrong, guys? Back with another video. It's been a long time, guys. It's been literally nearly 2 weeks. This is one of the longest breaks I've had from YouTube. And yeah, guys, I hope all of you are keeping well. I hope you've managed to take a little bit of a break from the markets, guys, because I do think that was what was needed with just how crazy the market has been, right? Really does test you. I mean, if you look at the past couple of weeks, we have seen pretty much mass capitulation. We've seen people abandon the market. We've seen pretty much a lot of people calling this the end of the bull run. And, they really think that this is going to be the 4-year cycle. We're going to continue to, be bearish. And I do not think that is what is going to play out, guys. I think we are going to have short-term pain. We've had the majority of this pain, in my opinion. Obviously, no one knows what is going to happen in the future, guys. But when you take a look at everything, you take a step back, you really do understand that this is exactly why it is hard to make gains in crypto, because before those insane gains come, there is always this intense fear where everyone thinks it's over, right? And even myself, guys, the crash that we saw really did take its toll on sort of on everything. You look back and you think it's just crazy how much something can crash, right? Cryptos, we've seen the high caps, you know nothing was safe, right? Obviously some meme coins actually held up pretty well, but when you look at the high caps, even some of the micro caps, they held up just as good as some of the higher cap projects, right? So, in terms of what I'm doing, guys, I have been just watching the market, and over the past few days, I have been buying, which some of you might think is crazy, but when you've got conviction in your conviction plays, in your meme coins, utility plays, this is what you do. And I've seen insane discounts on a lot of different projects, and we're just going to go through what I've been doing and why I believe we are going to have a massive flip around. I think we're going to go and have some very good price action over the next few weeks, and why I think we are going to have an extended cycle which will go into 2026. And obviously, it's going to be based on narratives like 2021. Everything isn't going to pump at the same time, which is why you need to focus on the high growth narratives, which I've covered many times on the channel. Have a look at the fear and greed, guys. We saw this as low as 10, pretty much max fear, right? And every time we've seen max fear, that has been the best time to buy, right? You buy in the extreme fear, you buy the red and you sell the green, right? You don't want to be buying once this flips around and goes to 60, 70, 80. You want to be buying when there is max fear. We've also had the odds of a rate cut for December. This has been insane to watch this change. This has flipped so much. At one point, there was a 60, 70% of no change, and that has changed very, very dramatically over the past few days. And again, this could flip the other way. Again, guys, no one knows what's going to happen. You just have to lock in, and either you have conviction or you don't. Um, Other things, we've had pretty much, there's a lot of conviction that we're going to get rate cuts. We're going to get an end to QT as well in December. And, generally speaking, that is the time where we can see some good growth in the markets, right? So I'm going to tell you what I've been doing, what I've been loading up on, and the reasons that I'm still bullish, and the reasons I think we are going to have some good upcoming weeks and months. But again, guys, we could drop lower. That is just the reality. That is why you need to have, cash to DCA these dips. And I've been deploying that cash because for me, I've just seen an insane opportunity, right? When you've got, 30% plus dips on the likes of Ethereum, on Bitcoin, and then as you go lower, we've seen, huge discounts on Solana, over 32%. You come over to, something like Chainlink, we have seen this, absolutely crash. We have seen the likes of, Sui have a huge crash. We've seen AVAX, we've seen Ondo, we've seen Tau. We've pretty much seen all the high conviction, high caps have huge sell-offs. Even the meme coins like Pepe have been down 50% plus. So, for me, I have been loading up. One of the main narratives, of course, guys, is the layer one narrative. I have been topping up my Solana bags. Again, not really looking for crazy gains with Solana. just because I've got conviction in this high cap. We've seen huge news with Solana. We've seen mass adoption. I just believe it's going to perform really well. And then also avax. This is another one of my high cap layer one positions. And this one's had a huge crash over the past few months as well. This is down from all-time high. It's down 90%. And I do think it's going to have a good comeback. Similar, we look at Sui, another one which has had a huge sell-off, guys. This one is down 43. This is down pretty much 50% over the past month or so. Down from a $13 billion market cap down to around a $5 billion market cap, even lower at one stage. And I do think it is going to have a massive comeback. And then we go lower, Tau as well. Again, a very good AI project. We've got Aptos, and one which I've been loading up on very heavily has been Sai. This is just, I think, in terms of risk reward, a huge opportunity at this market cap. This is down currently around 90%, and it is very close to the bottom, right? So when it comes to layer ones, guys, I think the best opportunity is going to be in the high caps. Right now, it isn't a good idea to be in the low caps or micro caps for the layer one sector. And I do think we will see that rotation at some point. But as of now, I think your best bet is to be in the high caps. Next narrative, guys, has been RWA. Again, I've covered this many times. Ondo, this has been what I've been, loading up on, my high conviction play in regards to high cap. And this again has been down around 40%, all the way from back in September, 3.4 billion, and it is currently sitting at 1.5 billion. Ondo for me is the best high cap in the RWA space. And then when you want to go, for me, I like to look at the lower caps. You've got Plume, which has had a 66% dip. You've got the likes of you've got the likes of Proppy, you've got the likes of Bricken, which, for me, Bricken is definitely one of the best low caps. If I just bring it up here, you can see it has been performing, it's had a huge sell-off, right? And it's recently having quite a good resurgence. $9 million market cap. I do believe this is going to have a very good recovery. And then if you look at the likes of, you've got Lingo, which I think is a good play. You have Prop Base, which has had a huge sell-off, guys. This thing is currently sat at under $4 million in market cap, and I do think this is going to perform very well. And then as you come over to the AI sector, obviously you've got Tau, you've got your other caps like Render, which has been down massively, Arweave. So ultimately, guys, I will be bringing more content on specific projects. Of course, you all know the coins that I hold within regards to AI, the likes of Aut, the likes of AI Tech, the likes of Sensei, Tau, and then obviously you've got your other coins as well. But I do believe the real opportunity is going to be in the low caps, the micro caps, Chain GPT as well. This one is down massively. So good opportunities. Deep in as well. You've got the likes of Render, you've got the likes of Natix, you've got the likes of Arweave, Zebek as well. Zebek is another very good project, which has held up quite well in comparison to the other projects on this list. And then the meme coins, guys. Meme coins are, I think they're going to have a huge comeback. I have been loading up in my high conviction plays, in my low caps, in my high caps, in my micro caps, and I will be pushing out more content. But, just look at the likes of Pepe, guys. This is down around 40%. I think it's down more. And you can see it is down 84% from all-time highs. And I do think even Pepe is going to have a huge opportunity, back to all-time highs, 11 billion in terms of all-time high in market cap. And then obviously you've got your other good high caps, the likes of Bonk, the likes of Pudgy Penguins, SPX. Really good discounts on meme coins, Toshi, Brett, in terms of base exposure. So yeah, guys, I am extremely bullish, and I will be bringing a lot more content on memes over the next few days, next few weeks. And then finally, guys, what I want to touch on is gaming. Now, gaming, obviously, this is probably the most undervalued narrative in crypto. One thing which is big, obviously, with GTA, we've seen, the release date be pushed forward to November. So we're looking at just short of a year in terms of the release date. And, I do fully expect sometime in 2026, we are going to get a parabolic gaming run. And ultimately, pretty much everything gaming is down, 90%, right? So you got the likes of Beam. This is down an additional 40% on the month. And then, yeah, guys, I will be bringing more content on gaming as well. Obviously, just really depends on the narrative and when it becomes hot again. But I still hold quite a few gaming coins. So yeah, guys, in terms of conviction, nothing's changed. We've seen many people leave the markets, and if you're watching this video, I believe you've held through max pain. Could we drop another 10%? Could Bitcoin drop to 80K? Could it go a bit lower? There is always that potential, guys. No one knows what is going to happen in the future. So far, everyone who's predicted, everyone who has predicted the charts, majority of them have been wrong. And, this is why you just have to remain patient, look at things in terms of reality, look at the adoption, look at the likes of the potential for liquidity to come back in the markets, the end of QT, fact that we're going to get additional rate cuts, and also the mass adoption, right? We've never had adoption like this. You look at all the narratives, for example, AI, we've seen Nvidia's earnings, really just exceed expectations. And for me, all of these points point towards us having a rally very soon. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Sorry for having such a long break, but sometimes it's needed. I'm still here, still bullish, and hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon for the next video.